Hey, good evening, everyone. Dave Wilson of the Ring and Hire Show. How you doing, Angelique?
Good in yourself, David.
Good. I have a special guest tonight. We're going to do some interviewing and get this. She is from Port Elizabeth in South America, South Africa. Geez, South America, South Africa. So welcome, Angelique, and we'll be right after these messages, everybody. All right. Well, first of all, I got to say welcome, Angelique. I cannot believe I've never spoken with anybody in South Africa. Never.
Thank you so much.
And you got to tell everybody, what time is it right now?
Exactly 3 a.m.
I got to give you credit for coming. I mean, I thank you a lot. I mean, 3 a.m. and all the kids and everybody, your husbands, everybody's sleeping, and you're doing an interview from in the U.S. I want to say hello to Anne-Marie. Hi, Anne-Marie. She always watches the show. Tim, he's the main man. He's in Pennsylvania also. He's a great guy. And here's Francie. How'd you make? Yeah, you know her. Have you connected with her?
Yes.
Yeah, she's an awesome guest too. That she was on the show, and a global show. That's right. Hey, the reason I had you on, Angelique, is because I like your posting. How you said, you've applied for so many jobs, and it's no different here in the U.S. People apply for jobs, have problems, and the recruiters don't get back to them. First of all, what do you, I'm froze. Tell us about yourself. How's that? Go ahead.
Well, as you said, I'm from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. I'm currently unemployed. I'm a mom of 3. I've got 2 girls and a boy. Yes, I've been in hospitality most of my life, and it's something I'm really passionate about and I really enjoy. And currently, it's extremely difficult finding employment.
Yeah, and you have a lot of skills. I mean, you really enjoy human resources part of it, right?
I do, because I love working with people and improving their skills and developing people. So that to me is very important.
That is, and it's the same way here. You got to really show people empathy.
Yeah.
You care. That's a really big one. Howdy from Texas. Hey, Jake. He's
Hi.
all the way from Texas. So, what I wanted to also, if you could tell us about more of your background that you've done. Now, you've worked in specialties for. What did you do in Praxis? That was only for like 2 months.
Well, within Praxis, I started from while I was unemployed currently, and while I was recovering from my operation, I started doing HR remotely for some companies. So I had a few companies I assisted, and Impraxis asked me to assist him with his as well and to partner with him. Unfortunately, due to some incidents in Durban and things that happened recently,
Right.
that is no longer ongoing. So I was still continuing assisting it was 2 guest houses. It was setting up contracts and job descriptions and those type of things.
Right.
So it wasn't actually physically working for the company, but basically assisting.
Hey, there's Kara. She's up there. There she is.
Hi, Kara.
Hi, Kara. And
Thank
you know Kara by what she's helped you out with a couple things on your resume. That's how you met her.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah, she's passionate about that with the job boards and job postings, and anybody wants to connect with her, that's what you want to definitely do. Why do you like LinkedIn? You're really starting to really go all over. Why do you like it?
Well, a lot of people love Facebook, and I'm not a huge Facebook fan. There's too much politics and way too
That's the
much.
truth.
So
That's the
I
truth.
enjoy LinkedIn because it's actual networking with people and meeting new people and meeting new people from all over. So it's not just, in my area, and it's also getting out there.
Right.
And also interacting with people's posts and seeing what they chat about and all those type of things. I really enjoy that.
Yeah. And your goal is to go over to the UK, you were saying?
That's correct, yes. We've looked at the UK, we've looked at the US. The UK has been a better option or easier option for us because we can go on Ancestral. So we were waiting for documents still, which there's obviously a delay due to COVID. But if I wanted to apply for a job in the US, it would have to be on a working visa, yes.
Well, that's what you're explaining. And you said that if you had a job offer, you have to apply for a work visa.
That's correct, yes.
And it's easier in the UK than it would be the US right now, right?
Yes.
That's what I can imagine.
It's something I need to look into more for the US side because I've spoken to a few of my friends that's gone over and they've been successful. So it is something that we are looking at as well.
That's awesome. And what are you looking for in a job? What are you looking for in a job, in a type of company?
Okay, so my most important thing is the company's culture. Really, I believe you work there. You spend most of the time there, so it's so important to get along with the people and the structure as well. Those
Right.
are the things like the structure and the culture of the company is so important to me because I mean I won't mention any company's name specifically, but I have worked in a specific place where there was absolutely no culture, and then you wake up in the morning and you don't feel like going to work, and that's not a good feeling.
No, it's not. And
No.
we all been there. I think we've all been there. And we talked
Yes.
prior to the show how, we were asking, like, when I said, what is your weakness? And you had come up and you were saying being micromanaged.
Yes.
And I've been there. It's a hard when you get a boss or a manager that micromanages you.
Yes. I don't like someone going over my shoulder the whole time. You are there, you know what you're doing, so let me do what I do best.
And that's true. Hey, this is Bill from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hey, Bill, how's it going?
Hi.
He's a great man. And Tim's on the show too. And these are just great guests that you want to connect with, like Bill. They'll help you out as much as they can. But he's in Pittsburgh, and I've had him on the show also. When you say hospitality and you've done talent acquisition, you've been recruiting also?
That's correct, yes.
That is awesome. And then what else do you do? What else have you done besides recruiting and in hospitality?
Well, I've majority of my experience comes from hospitality background, but also in a hotel environment, like my last job. When you work in a hotel, you're not just the HR. You
Right.
are all over. That is hospitality. You need to be able to be flexible, jump in wherever it's needed. So you learn all the areas, you learn all the systems, and you just get into it. So that is the nice thing about it. You never get bored. You're always busy.
There's always so much going on. And I wanted to ask anybody.
Training and development, because I was also I was the training coordinator and the Take Care champion. So the training to me was great because it was classroom training, and I love talking. So that was great for me. And
Yeah, that'll
developing
help you.
staff is very important. So we would always concentrate on trying to build the internal staff first before we going external. And then from there on, Take Care was all about community work and also looking after the staff itself. So that was also great.
That's awesome. And I told you about, I love music, and, it's just fun. In hospitality, you meet so many different people, and you better know customer service.
Yes, definitely.
You
And
definitely got.
patience.
You do. You have to have a lot of patience. Yes.
Yeah.
And please, anybody, Tim and Bill and everybody, and Jake, if you have any questions, if you have any interview questions, she's ready, and she's ready to answer them. Again, it's only 3:00 in the morning, and I see Beth Ann and watching, and Anne Marie. If you have any questions, please ask. I saw on there that you did taxes. Whew. You did for tax company. You did.
That's correct.
That must have been crazy.
That was fun. It was different, and it was how can I put it? It was fun in the beginning, and it was a lot of work.
Right.
Yes, definitely. It's a lot of administration. But I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the company I worked for. They were absolutely lovely. It's just, when I was with the company, I got a great offer. And when I left that company, he was so upset with me. He really didn't want me to leave because he said to me, I need to find him a replacement exactly like me that learns as fast as I did. So I had 2 weeks to do that, and I did it.
And you did it? All right. Well, that's good. Jake has a question for you.
How do I define a good work culture? Well, if you look at a company, and I'll use once again an example for where I was most recently. When you go to work on a day-to-day basis, you treat everyone with respect, and you also communicate. Not go walk into a company. Everyone sits at the desk. It's quiet. It's silence. There's no interaction. I'm not saying go have a party or go drink afterward. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying just interact with the people, that you get to know the people at work, because on the long run, if you look at it, they like your family, like your second family. So, yeah.
That was a good answer. I like that. And you're so true, because now anymore, people are looking for companies like that. We talked about how COVID affected where you're out in South Africa. I'm sorry, I have to keep saying that. I've never spoke to somebody in South Africa. So if anybody's watching this, she is from South Africa. See, I love that. How did COVID affect your hospitality industry in your area?
Extreme. Very hard. I've seen a few hotels close down. I've seen a few restaurants close down. I worked remotely from May last year up until February this year, and on short time. And I know currently, or once again, I won't mention the hotel's name. They're going on a complete closing for a month. So where the staff's not going to be working for a whole month, just trying to save costs. So yes, it's quite sad.
Same around here. I mean, it's finally getting opened back up. Are you short-staffed over there? Is it on like people? There's so many jobs, or not?
Well, what I would say is I think they are trying to take one person currently and splitting them up into 4 different departments.
All right. So you're learning. They're trying to make you learn everything in the job, or that you want to be able to do.
Well, also with COVID, it's also to them, it's like saving costs. So what they do is, if they know a certain individual can work in different departments, they use that individual for that specific day because it's quiet. So they can run the restaurant, they can run the front reception, they can do reservations, like that, for an example,
Right.
Which sometimes it feels a bit unfair towards the other staff because they don't get the opportunity to also then earn more money.
Right.
But I guess they also got to look at keeping it open. So you got to look at both sides.
That's a good answer there. I like that. What are you passionate about? What are you passionate about, whether in your work or in your, personal life? What do you really like to do? Or?
Well, I would say in my work, I'm passionate about training people, developing people, building them. I can also say if people had actual problems, they would come to me. So I'm one of those that everyone used to run to. And then, outside of work, I would say community work, spending time with my family.
You got 3 kids running around.
I love animals. So going to places with animals. On occasion, if I'm lucky, I get a date night with my husband.
With everything with the kids too. And Rob, good evening, Rob. Rob's a great contact too. You want to connect with Rob. He's a great colleague. All of them are that come on this show and watch. Connect with them, and they will answer any questions. Trust me, that you have. What's one of the questions? Okay. what what kind of company, like what could you offer a company? If somebody was watching right now, what would you say to them what your strengths are and that you could bring to the table?
Okay, so it depends in which company, but if I had to look at it, I always have one saying: you hire for attitude, you train for skill.
Okay.
That is what
Say
I
that. Wait
firmly
a minute.
believe.
Say that again. Say it again.
You hire for attitude, you
Okay.
train for skill.
I
So,
love it. I love it.
and that is what I believe in, and that is what I stuck with when I was recruiting, because you know you can come with all your degrees, you can come with everything, but you still need the personality. You can't build that.
No.
So you can try and build it, but you're not going to get it right. And I've seen it in more than one instance.
And
So that is one of the things that I believe in, and I believe I do have the personality, and I do have skills, a lot of them, especially when it comes to hospitality, training,
yeah,
development,
I would.
mentoring. I've done so much of it. So yes, that is a strong background for me.
I like how you put, how your ability to quickly establish trust with employees. Those are important things.
Those are very important. Yes.
The trust with your team. If you trust your team, that's really awesome to be able to do like that. You also, was your HR role passionate for design, delivery of staff development? So I mean, you must like helping people. Same thing. You're
That's
helping
my
them
love
grow.
of music work. Yes.
Account executive, building relationship with senior executives. I mean, recruitment, leadership, training development, business coaching. It goes on. And there's some
Yes.
really great skills that you have. So, I mean, and you've said all the right words that just when you were talking, you didn't just like make it up. You can tell
No.
you're a caring person, you're in management, customer service, because anybody that works in the hospitality or, in your stores around here or anything like that, wow, retail, you better be able to put up with people yelling at you. I know that. I'm
Oh
sure
yes.
it's the same in that area there. But I wanted to ask you, what do you feel is the most accomplishment in your career that you've done everything here? What are you proud of?
The one thing I'm proud of, I can say, is I might not have the strongest educational background, like studying degrees
Okay.
and those type of things. When I started with the Marriott Hotel, I started as an HR administrator.
Okay.
They sent me on training courses, and within 2 months, I was made the HR manager, the training coordinator, and the take care champion. So that to me was a big accomplishment, like really big accomplishment. Yeah.
That's great. And there again, it's just all about getting to know people and
Yes.
really enjoy working with them. When you said that you wanted to go over to the UK, how does that work to where we talked about job boards, job reach out, Indeed, and all that. Is it hard to find work over in the UK for you want to go from South Africa to the UK?
I think once we've got everything in place, like all the documents, which we are waiting for one more document.
One
It's
more?
actually one more, just one more, which has
That's
been
it.
taking quite a while. And we can then apply for our passports and the ancestral. So, then I can actually physically start applying for jobs in the UK.
Oh, so
So,
you have to, once you get approved, then you'll be able to apply.
yes, you can start now, but you don't want to waste anyone's time.
Right.
If certain companies will actually sponsor you to go over, and other companies will look at you and say, okay, do you have everything in place? If you have everything in place, let's have an interview and we take it from there. So
That's
for me, unfortunately, that is something I need to wait for, and that might take another year. So that is why I need to find something in the meanwhile, because I'm not a home person at all.
right. No, I'm tired of the office. I'm glad I'm out. Going to be getting out. Um, let's see. What do you like to do when you're not working? I know you have the kids and everything, but you got to have something that your family likes to do.
We do like to go away. We normally, when we have the opportunity, we go to Jeffreys Bay, which is
Right.
not far from PE, but it's just on the beach, so it's very relaxed.
Are you
I
close?
Sorry.
Are you close to the beach?
Yes, very.
Oh, look at that smile. You got a big smile on that one.
Yes, and then I also enjoy. I enjoy reading, dancing. I love music. When the kids goes to school in the morning. Now that I'm home, I put the sound on its loudest, and I just enjoy it.
And you go.
So,
You got a smile. You can tell you'll enjoy that. How would you describe some of these questions? I like. How would you describe your personality?
well, I would say I'm a very friendly person. I'm out there. I'm very, very much extrovert. I get along with any type of person. Um, for me, it's all about getting to know the other person. A lot of people judges people very easily, but it's never to say that they're actually that type of person. So for me, it's getting to know people. And yes, I'm, like I say, friendly, bubbly. I'm just out there.
And that's what's nice about, I try to tell people about the show being on videos, is it can really show the person. You can tell that you're passionate about recruiting, helping people. When you just turn in, I know you call it a CV, we call them resumes. I always say that video can show what type of person you are and your personality, everything you've answered. With just a resume, you don't get that.
No,
you don't get it. If you don't have those qualifications on your CV, they're not going to look at you. And I got to give you credit from coming on. It's, even though it's probably 3:15 in the morning, but you look quite bubbly for 3:15 in the morning.
Well, like I said earlier, and I just finished the muffins. So.
Yeah, you said you were making muffins. I was like, all right, to stay awake. Let's see here. What is one of the I said the passion about, but what is one of the hardest things you've had a challenge in your career? Is it finding something you're not maybe qualified for, maybe a different position in hospitality, in a different skill set in management? Because you have a lot of management skills here. There's a lot. So this could take you from hospitality to another position also.
Yes.
So
hardest.
That's a hard question, I know.
Yeah, for me, it's a difficult one, because I've always set goals and I reach my goals. So to me, that's a very difficult one to answer.
I think you answered it right there. It's a hard.
Yeah, I set my goals, and I make sure I just go for it.
Right.
That's to me the most important thing. You need to have goals.
No, and you do, and same thing here. If you want to work yourself up, you want to get your training, take some more skill set training and everything like that to show a company that you're willing to learn. Because you have a lot. I looked at your 6-page. We were talking about how resumes in the US and UK are like 2 pages, and in South Africa it's like 6 pages. Explain that.
Yeah. Well, they want to see everything. So basically, actually strange, because Kara posted about this earlier on about job descriptions and those things. They want to see basically a job description on your CV. So they want, not all companies, but a lot of companies, they want in detail exactly what you've done from A to Z. So that does obviously make your CV very long. And then if it comes to training skills, like if I had to use an example, when I finished with Marriott and I pulled a report from My Learning, because we did a lot of training on My Learning.
Right.
I think I did about 115 courses. I mean, I'm not going to go put down 115 courses.
Wow.
Yes,
that's
definitely not.
And they want to see every single thing you've done.
Yes, and then when you do go for your interview, you need to go into detail about each separate one. So on the end of the day, you end up not putting that on your resume, because to me it's like irrelevant.
Yeah, we try to keep it shorter. We try to keep it shorter here, because everybody, if you have a 3-page, they're going to say why. You want them to ask questions.
That's what I enjoyed about Marriott as well, because it's an international company. They did exactly the same thing. Also believed in short CV. And then we worked on a system that's called GRS, tracking system. So that was amazing.
Right. And are you open to other positions besides hospitality?
Definitely, most definitely. I always love a new challenge.
Yeah. That's what's awesome there. And I got one more question for you. I think it's pretty funny. If we were in a room right now and I walked out that door and there was all your friends and family outside that door, and we're in here. If I went out there and I asked them what type of person you are, tell me something about Angela, what do you think they would say? all your friends and family.
You can actually go onto my Facebook. You'll probably see it. I had a post on not too long ago, and all my friends and family actually commented on it and said, I'm a very loving and caring person.
Right.
So
that's good.
That's me. I am. A lot of people say I will put everyone else before myself. And I think that is something I probably do a lot. And I don't see anything wrong with it.
No.
It just shows you care.
That's all it shows.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. I mean, I can tell by where we're talking. Christina, thank you. She's like, good luck. She's a great colleague too. Connect with her. She's only like about 35 minutes from my area here, so she's very close. We're gonna close up, and again, I want to thank you for coming on. I think we've asked a lot of questions. You answered them very well, and you got a great background, and if you had a minute here to say, go the full minute, what can you offer a company, and why do they want to hire you?
Well, I believe I can bring change to a company. I have a lot of personality and skill. So, I believe you have to have both. And when it comes to implementing new things, I'm all for that.
Right.
So I always try and better things. And yes, that is what I believe I can do.
That's awesome. And I had to put Kara back up there. Have you ever seen Kara's videos?
Yes, I have. I looked at it tonight.
Kara, if anybody on this show, anywhere in the world here, you got to check out Kara and connect with her and see her videos about what she's passionate about with those job boards and recruiting and people not turning back. But you got to check that out. And I saw the smile too. It's so funny what she does, how she acts like two persons.
But she's so right. She's on point.
It is. And I watch it over. I have to watch it like 2 or 3 times. And then I'll message her. I say, you're crazy, girl. You're crazy. But
she's right.
It is. And she's right. Everything she talks about there. And that's her passion. And you can tell that. So, But I want to thank everyone for coming on the show. And Anne-Marie, I see you, and Beth Ann for watching on social media. And everybody on here, Jake, Bill, Bob, and we got Kara, and all of them. So thank you. And we're going to talk right after. Oh, wait. You did a great job. You come across so well and professional, and shows your extensive experience. There she is. Thanks, Kara. And again, thank you so much. And we're going to talk right after this. Okay. Have a good night. Here we go.